Hey guys, Rich Farmer here with KRC Realty Property Management and Mortgage. I am talking today about home inspections. Anytime a buyer buys a property, a home inspection is done at the property. What does the home inspector typically look for? They're looking at the HVAC system to make sure the heating and air, if it has air conditioning, is operable. Typically, if they find something wrong, they're not experts in that field, so they might recommend in the inspection report that you go get a heater guy to take a look at the heater, or AC guy to take a look at the AC if it's not working 100% correct. They take a look at the interior plumbing. They take a look at the roof. They take a look at the attic. They took a look at the floors, the windows, the doors, the foundations. If you have a basement, they take a look at that, and they're taking a look at the structural components as well. So they're moving doors to make sure that if you open a door all the way, it's not coming back a little bit, which means the door jams off center. They also, if there's a slope, a lot of them carry marbles. They'll put a marble on the floor and see if it rolls. If it rolls, there could be something, cracked slab underneath or something that might need to be addressed. So those are the things that they're looking at when they do a home inspection. What fixes are mandatory? Typically, anything that violates general building codes or a safety code. So if your property, each property that transfers in the state of California anyways, has to have proper smoke detectors installed. If it's a rental property, it has to have a 10-year lithium battery. You just can't have the regular 9-volt battery in there anymore. It has to be a 10-year smoke detector. And a lot of homeowners now that are being built, they have them hardwired in with a battery. So it's okay if it has the 9-volt battery if it's hardwired in, because that battery is just used as a backup purpose in case you lose power. So they last quite a bit longer than one that's constantly on. So that would be a safety component that would have to be fixed. Who pays? Who pays for the inspection? Typically the home buyer does. And what's the cost on that? The costs run anywhere from $300 to $500, and what determines that? Typically the size of the house. If you have an 1,800 square foot house, it's probably going to be about $350. If you got a 3,800 square foot house, it's going to be upward around the $500 mark. So depending on how many bedroom, how many bath, the amount of time, obviously they bill by time and they calculate that based on the size of the house. So the home buyer typically pays for that. So this is something that you want to get done though, because you need to make sure that the electrical is working. That guy is going to go through and he's going to go by with his little component, and he's going to make sure that all the GFCI switches in the bathroom and the components are operating, or to make sure the bathrooms even have them. Because the last thing you want to do is not have a GFCI in the bathroom, and your daughter's in there with a blow dryer. The blow dryer gets wet and it doesn't pop the breaker because there's no breaker there. So you want to make sure everything's safety is working in the house. Now, does the seller have to pay, or who pays for anything after the report comes through? Let's say the report comes through and there's something as simple as the garage door sticks when it opens, and you get a laundry list of things that really aren't of general building safety or structural items, but who pays for those? That's typically negotiated. So the seller can say, I want to give you a credit, and you've asked me for $5,500 worth of repairs. I'll give you a $3,000 credit through escrow, and you fix what you want. Or the seller could agree to fix everything. Or the seller could agree to fix nothing. What if the inspection report comes back and the inspector says, hey, you have 3 layers of roofing on the roof, and this roof is worn out. It has no life left. Well, that's a $20,000 job. So the seller could still say at that point, I'm not going to fix it. So what does the buyer do? The buyer says, I'm going to take it as is, and I'll fix it myself if he thinks he's getting a good value for the house. Or at that point, the buyer has the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to move on. So you do have a way out if you don't like all of the items. If there's some major items that need to be fixed, structural items, roofing, you might find a dual pane window that has fog in it that has to be repaired, and there's a pretty high cost of $1,500 to get this large window fixed. If the owner's not willing to meet you in the middle or negotiate or fix it for you, you do have a way out. Typically, when you get your report, your agent will give you they'll go over the report with you. You'll write up a request for repairs, and your agent will send that over to the listing agent, and that listing agent will go over it with his or her client, and they have up to 48 hours to reply to you. So the law gives them, per the contract, 2 days. And you get your answer back in 2 days, then you get to make your decision on what's going to happen from there. There's a little bit more into it, but again, I like to keep these videos as short as I can, just kind of give you some the basics of it. If there's more information you need on that, you can find us at our website, krcrealty.com. Reach out to me. Again, this is Rich Farmer. Hit the subscribe button if you like this, and we'll keep making some videos for you guys. Have a good day.